What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again for another Manchester City live watch-along, where today we're going to be doing the live watch-along of Manchester City's Premier League game at home against AFC Bournemouth. It's Premier League match day number 37. It's our final game in hand, our final midweek and final home game of the Premier League season. Manchester City find themselves sixth in the league. Because of that, we're outside of the Champions League spots right now, needing at least a point today to go back into them Champions League spots. A point today on goal difference will send Man City into third. A win today will send Man City 2 points clear of everybody else in the chasing pack, and Manchester City into a really solid position heading into the final game. A loss today for Manchester City means it's out of our hands for Champions League qualifications for next season. So Manchester City here have got to turn up, get a good result, which is a win for me today, and ensure that we're in a good position heading into the final game. What we don't want, of course, is to lose this game and have it out of our hands. I also don't regard a draw today as a good result, because I'm looking at our final two games here at home against Bournemouth and an away game against Fulham. Yes, Fulham have got nothing to play for, but it's going to be a difficult away game. Away games that Man City have really struggled in so far this season, in particular against good teams, and Fulham are a good team. So it's the kind of game that City would struggle in, and I'd prefer to head down to London needing a point rather than to win that game. So for me, this game must win today for Manchester City. Huge permutations. Everybody that are the chasing pack are watching this. Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle, all watching this with a keen eye in the hope that Manchester City drop some points. And I imagine they'll be hoping that Man City lose this game, so they're in an even stronger position heading into the final game. For AFC Bournemouth, they've still got an outside chance of finishing 8th, and 8th could still be a Europa Conference League spot should Chelsea, come the end of match day number 38, sit in 7th place. Then the team in 8th would go into the Europa Conference League as long as Chelsea get the business done in the Europa Conference League and win the competition. So 8th can still be a Europa Conference League spot. Bournemouth do need to pick up points today to ensure that their season does still have some meaning heading into the final game in their home game against Leicester City on Sunday. So a really big game with lots of permutations here heading into this match. So before I do crack on with this live watch along, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. We're now less than 800 subs away from my goal of 44,000 subscribers. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description and also on the yellow banner too. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too. If you want to hit me up any sponsorships or any videos or any general business inquiries, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the live stream. We're aiming for 100 likes. Already made a good start towards our like goal. We're on 17 likes, so we're 83 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, including where you're tuning in from today and what your score predictions are. Tambi, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Dave, thanks for tuning in as well. He said he's expecting a poor performance, but a scrappy win for City, going 2-0 to Manchester City. Rodders, thanks for tuning in. City and Leeds channel going with a dirty 1-0 Manchester City win. Muzaffar, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Evil, thanks for tuning in. Says, I'm hoping that we're going to be winning with 20 minutes to go. We can see Rodri and Nico Gonzalez come off the bench and play alongside each other, of course. Very exciting that we do have Rodri back in the Manchester City matchday squad today. As City and Leeds channel says there, Rodri is back. Muzaffar going with a 6-0 Manchester City win today. I'll take a 6-0 win every day of the week. Ethan, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Abu, thank you for tuning in as well. Odin, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Anthony, thanks for tuning in. Says, I'm so nervous. Come on, City. We need to win for Champions League. It's a must for our season. I'm watching the game with my wife, Rosie, who's recovering from an operation. Firstly, Anthony, speedy recovery to your wife, Rosie. Sending her all of my well wishes, and do hope she makes a speedy, full recovery very soon. And also, I'm pretty nervous. There's expectation here that City have got to get the business done, and that always means expectation comes with pressure. We've put ourselves under pressure with our bad result in our last Premier League game against Southampton. 1 goal in 3 games, losing the FA Cup final against Crystal Palace at the weekend by 1-0. We've put ourselves in this position and put ourselves under pressure. We've got to turn up and showcase our capabilities. If we don't, we won't make the Champions League. It's as simple as that. It's sickening. It's demoralising. To go from Premier League champions 4 times consecutive to a team that, even with the top 5 open for Champions League spots, to not get the Champions League and go trophyless, not a good season at all from Manchester City. So we've got to scramble, pick up a couple of good results, these final 2 games, Bournemouth at home, Fulham away, end the season, get Champions League football, and push on with our transition. That has got to be the aim. Jean, thank you for tuning in. Says, I'm going for a draw because we're burnt out from last time predicting a win. So fair enough. Going for a draw instead. I'm hoping City can turn up and put in a good performance. Do remember Man City beat AFC Bournemouth away from home a few weeks back in the FA Cup quarter-final. Won that game by 2-1, and the player that was most influential for us that day was Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly doesn't start this game. So, yeah. Odin says, much love all. Come on, you Blues. Love that. Love the positivity. CFA, thank you for tuning in. Says, tuning in from India, predicting a 2-1 win for Manchester City. He said he'd like to see Rodri and Foden in off the bench. So we've got India in the room. Where else is everybody tuning in from today? I'll take any win. So 2-1, I'm fine with that. I'm not sure if we're going to see minutes for Rodri, but he's in the squad, and if you're in the squad, it means you're fit to do minutes. So we'll see. Steve, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. So yeah, there we go. So last thing, don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. SofaScore are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores from around the grounds, along with keeping you guys up to date with all the latest team news, match statistics, match information, latest scores. Not just limited to football, it's got all the sports and information covered for everything that you guys want to go and follow. So do go and check out SofaScore. It is a free app to download, available all around the world globally. So do go and check it out. It is free, and anyone that does download using my link in the description, or the QR code on screen, or the link in the live chat, does help to support the future content created here on my channel. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's live stream. As I said, do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. So Ethan tuning in from South Africa, going with a nice positive 2-0 Manchester City win. I like that. G, thank you for tuning in. Reckons a 3-1 win today for Manchester City. I do hope you are right. And Steve says, I'd love to see Rodri up and running today. Hopefully, we'll be able to get him some minutes. I imagine for him to get some minutes, we are going to need a good, solid performance from City, and City to be in a really good position for him to get some minutes towards the end of the game. I reckon if we're to give him some minutes today, I can't really see him getting more than maybe 5 or 10 minute run around, see how he's responding, and then maybe bring him off the bench against Fulham as well and see how he's responding, and maybe give him 20 or 30 minutes, and if he's responding okay, we'll be fit and ready and available for the Club World Cup, which I think is Man City's aim. Let's not forget, we've also got Oscar Bobb back as well, and Nathan Ake, so we are getting there. It does mean a lot of players have missed out, which we will speak about in just one moment. Martha, thank you for tuning in. Says, I hate Pep's decisions in selecting his team lineup for crucial games. He is out of place. He needs rest after what he went through with his wife. Who are you on about there? Is this Pep? To be fair, I can't see Pep Guardiola taking a sabbatical. I can't see him leaving at any point for Manchester City. I think he'd want to leave with Man City at the very top. We're not at the top, so I can't see Pep Guardiola walking away anytime soon. I know his team selections can be a little frustrating at times. I mean, he's the best manager in the world. I feel like if you put the players at his disposal that he's looking for and wanting, I think we might be able to get a little more from him. I think if we had everybody fit and we was getting dubious decisions being made with the team selection, I'd probably have a bit more to say. I felt like for the most part of the season we've been pretty limited, and I think as I'm on the same wavelength as Steve. Bar Manuel Akanji, I'd have gone with Nico O'Reilly ahead of Manuel Akanji, and Josko Gvardiol goes into centre-back rather than playing on the left-hand side. Bar that, everything else kind of what I was expecting, to be honest. Maybe expected a bit more rotation in the team. I was expecting to see Foden and the likes of Foden and Grealish potentially starting this game. He hasn't. It is what it is. But other than that, I don't think there'd be too much I would change. I think that's probably the biggest call, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Anyway, I will speak about that in just one moment. Tambi, no problem at all. Mullet, thank you for tuning in. Asks, how old am I? Curious. How old do you think I am? Will be the question. And then I'll let you know how old I am. And a big thank you to Mullet as well for becoming a member of the JSGC channel. Mullet will get access, of course, to the latest emojis, stickers and everything that you can use on the chat. So, yeah, do go and check them out. It is much appreciated and helping to support the future content created here on my channel. Blue, thank you for tuning in. Says, hey, Jay, I'm in New Zealand. Think it's going to be 2-0 to us. I do hope you are right, and thank you very much. Got New Zealand in the chat, India in the chat, South Africa in the chat as well. There we go. Much appreciated. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Much appreciated. All Things Football, welcome. Thank you for tuning in once more as well. Manchester is blue. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Said he would have gone with Khusanov starting today over Manu Akanji. I like a settled back four. And I felt like we've looked most settled with Matheus Nunes starting on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, I reckon Nico O'Reilly and Josko Gvardiol and Ruben Dias as the two centre-backs. I feel like that's probably been the winning recipe over the second half of the season for City, and that would have been the team that I would have gone for. But, hey, what do I know? Not much, it seems, because I don't seem to ever be right when it comes to trying to second-guess what Pep Guardiola wants to achieve. Right, we're getting some guesses in on how old I am. It's a fun game. Nobody's guessed correctly yet. Keep guessing. As soon as someone's spot on the money, I'll say, boom, you win. Nobody right just yet. Had some guesses. Steve reckons 18 or 20. Incorrect. Jean reckons early 35. Incorrect. Manchester is blue. I'll ignore the Benzema one. Mullet reckons 22. It's incorrect. CFA reckons 27. It's incorrect. G reckons 24. It's incorrect. All Things Football 31. It's incorrect. We have had a correct guess come in though from Manchester is blue. 29. I turned 30 on the 17th of July. So into my 30s. Yeah. Old. Here we are. Thank you very much for guessing, though. Much appreciated. And I do enjoy that. Like, everyone was guessing down, looking youthful and younger than what I am. So, shout out to all you guys. Rosie, thank you for tuning in, says, can I have a shout out to my wonderful husband, Anthony? I presume it was Anthony from tuning in before. What a legend. Big shout out to him. Been looking after me after my operation. Looking forward to watching the game. Come on, City. Blue Moon City for the win. Rosie, do wish you a speedy recovery. And a big shout out, of course, to your husband, Anthony. Being nice and supportive and doing as a husband should be doing. So fantastic to see, and thank you both for tuning in. Do hope you are both well. Andrew, 80 years old. Oh, Andrew can be kicked out of the chat for that one. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Mullet, thank you very much for the £5 donation. Much appreciated. Big shout out to you, helping to support the future content created here on my channel. It says Rosie, of course, recovering from her operation, says, just seen your message. The Blues are wishing you well. Anthony, you're a top man. Hope you're feeling better soon. And I echo them thoughts as well. So much appreciated, Mullet, for the donation. And Rosie, we're all wishing you a speedy recovery. And I hope you do enjoy the game tonight. And also, Anthony doing a fantastic job in looking after you as well. Big shout out there to Anthony. Martin, thank you for tuning in. Says, hoping we're going to be a bit faster on the ball, less passing backwards and sideways, going for a 3-1 City win. I like that. Adrian reckons a more balanced team that started the FA Cup. Says, hoping we can bring on Doku or Bobb to have more firepower, going for a 3-1 win today for Manchester City. Love that, Adrian. Thank you for tuning in. Tambi reckons a 3-0 win for Manchester City. And Anil, thank you very much for the 24, guessing my age, not 24, 29, but there we go. Oh man, good stuff, good stuff. Neil, thank you for tuning in as well, and do not worry, Jeff has been eliminated for 24 hours out of the live chat. Rightio, guys, I want to speak more about today's video sponsor, SofaScore, because believe it or not, we're having a lot of fun here. We're only 9 minutes away from kickoff. So SofaScore are going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest team news, and team news is what I want to speak about for today's game. So links and details to SofaScore are in the description. Do go and check them out. That would be absolutely fantastic. Also got the poll rolling in the chat as well. Nearly 100 votes now. 84% going with a City win today, 11% with a Bournemouth win, and 5% with a draw for today's game. So 89% going with Manchester City doing a job today and taking things into the final game of the season with Manchester City, of course, keeping things in their own hands. Mullet, thank you for tuning in and donating the £2, much appreciated. I'm 30. Well, I'm going to be joining you in the 30 club. Look, it might just be the camera reducing the age. It might just be that. It might just be that. You guys also don't see me first thing in the morning when I wake up. You know, I've had plenty of time to make myself look youthful before I come onto camera. And believe it or not, there is no beauty regime that goes into it. No creams or anything. It's just all natural. I just look young. Some people say I look quite old. Some people have said I look 40 before. I enjoyed a particular comment. I remember. I think it was on one of the fan reaction channels. And someone said they couldn't work out if I was if I was 14 or 40, which I thought was a really funny comment. Oh, man. Anyway. There we go. Terminator, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. I was going to welcome Pete into the chat and wish him well for tomorrow's game against United, but after the thingy comments, Pete can also jog on as well. So, ta-ra, Pete. There we go. Out he goes. Bye-bye. Right. Anyway, team news. Let's speak about team news. So we'll start first with our opponents, Bournemouth, lining with a 4-2-3-1 formation, not a back three. We've seen many teams over the last few weeks starting with a back three, not a back three. So there we go. They're going with a back four anyway. So Kepa starting in goal today for AFC Bournemouth. They're going with a back four made up of Araujo on the right-hand side, Zabarnyi and Howson. Howson given the nod despite agreeing a £50 million transfer to Real Madrid. Obviously deemed physically fit and mentally ready for today's game. Milos Kerkez linked with a move to Liverpool. Recently over the last 24 hours linked with a move to Man City. Also given the nod today for today's game. He starts at left back. Midfield three of Bournemouth of Adams, Cook, captain for Bournemouth today, and Kluivert. Tavernier starts on the right-hand side. Semenyo, the dangerous Semenyo, starts on the left-hand side. And Evan Nilsson starts up top for Bournemouth today. Plenty of dangers there. City got to try and keep the likes of Evan Nilsson and Kluivert quiet. Got plenty of precision and power and pace in that attack. Semenyo very dangerous. Tavernier as well, a decent player. So yeah, a decent attack there from Bournemouth. I feel like, I'm hoping anyway, that City can try and overwhelm that Bournemouth midfield. A big test today for Araujo on the right-hand side for Bournemouth and for Kerkez as well. A good way to find out, is Kerkez good enough for for a move to Liverpool or to Manchester City is to see how he gets on in today's game. Bournemouth led by manager Andoni Iraola. On the bench for them today, they have got Dennis, Sensi, Smith, Sola, Akamboni, Brooks, Winterburn, Silcott, Dewberry and Jefferson. Missing today for them, quite a few players: Sinistera, Outra, Christie, Scott and Enes Unal, former Manchester City man. We are seeing a nice little tifo display by Manchester City in honour of Kevin De Bruyne, his final game for Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium today, and it's going to be a real emotional one. He's given the nod, he starts. I'm amazed, I was getting some comments on my preview saying they couldn't believe I was described. This was one that I particularly found quite funny, a comment. I was told I am a problem, me, JSGC, I am a problem. And because I'm a problem, I said that I think Kevin De Bruyne starts this game because Man City's marketing team have been building this game up as the farewell to Kevin De Bruyne at the Etihad Stadium. And would you believe it? To nobody's surprise, Kevin De Bruyne starts this game. He will be substituted at some point in this game, and there will be a huge ovation for Kevin De Bruyne as he bows out of the Etihad Stadium. Really think about that. Really think about that. Very quickly, just having a look at the Manchester City team as we hear, Kevin De Bruyne ringing out around the Etihad Stadium, one of Vinicius Jr.'s favourite chants, by the way. So we're starting today with Ederson in goal, the back four of Matheus Nunes, Ruben Dias, Manuel Akanji and Josko Gvardiol. Into midfield, we've got the return of Mateo Kovacic, Ilkay Gundogan and captain Kevin De Bruyne. We have Bernardo Silva on the right wing, Omar Marmoush starts on the left wing, and Erling Haaland starts up top for Manchester City. On the bench for City today, we have got Stefan Ortega, Nathan Ake, Jack Grealish, Phil Foden, Oscar Bobb, Nico O'Reilly, Rodri. That's right, you heard me correctly. Rodri, Nico Gonzalez and Jeremy Doku. Missing for Manchester City today, out injured John Stones, and then a lot of our other high-quality young players, the likes of Claudio Khusanov, Vitor Reis, Claudio Echeverri, Rico Lewis, James McAtee, all not included in the squad as we're getting players back from injury. So there we are. So guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up on the live stream. Can we hit 50 likes before kickoff? That would be great. 12 likes to go. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up on the video. I just said that. Confusing myself. Leave your thoughts in the live chat where you're tuning in from today and your score predictions. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel. Social media links are in the description. And do go check out SofaScore, today's video sponsor. I'll roll the promo video. I'll be back in 20 seconds, ready for kickoff for today's game. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's live stream. So we're going to end the poll there. We've got over 100 votes, which is fantastic. 83% going with a Manchester City win, 3% with a draw and 13% with an AFC Bournemouth win. So, much appreciated. Mullet, thank you very much for another £5. Do you know what? Mullet just helping to support the JSGC channel, so much appreciated. Says, you have 2 mods and a load of the lads from the Typical City channel in the chat. Big up the Blues and big up to everybody tuning in from Typical City as well. Doing a fantastic job covering all of the latest Manchester City content on YouTube. So, thank you to everybody for tuning in. I presume that Typical City isn't streaming today, and if not, I'll presume that he's at a game. If he's not, I hope everything's all right with him. There we go. Church, thank you for tuning in. Andre tuning in from Toronto in Canada, going for a 3-1 win today for Manchester City. Douglas, thank you for tuning in as well, much appreciated. Just make sure I've not missed anybody. Martha, thanks for tuning in. Professor, thank you for tuning in. Anybody else? CFA, thank you for tuning in. Neil, thank you for tuning in. If I've missed anybody else, I do apologise. Julia, welcome. Thank you for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. Do hope you're well, Julia. Alex, thank you for tuning in. Reckon City scoring 3 today. I do hope you're right and winning today's game. All things football, Dean Howson is starting today, mentally ready, physically ready, according to Iriola, so ready for today's game, and he's still Bournemouth's player until the end of the season. Top defender, given the nod as Kevin De Bruyne. Last time at the Etihad Stadium with a captain's armband on, gives a captain's speech, ready for this big game. Remember, it's a must-win game this for Man City, so a lot of pressure. As we are nearly on to 50 likes now, just 3 likes away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Professor, thank you for tuning in as well, for donating the 10 AED, much appreciated. And he says, in my humble opinion, who should replace Pep Guardiola, as we do have kickoff for today's game. Keep an eye on how Vincent Kompany does with Bayern Munich. Don't expect Pep to be leaving anytime soon. And I think if, as De Bruyne has a little flicked effort forward to goal collected by the keeper. Keep an eye on Vincent Kompany. I think if he does a really good job at Bayern Munich over the next 12 months, already won the Bundesliga this season after Bayern Munich missed out the previous season. The heavy touch comes in there from Bournemouth. Going to be mopped up here by Kerkez, and here comes the danger for Manchester City as Tavernier comes forward with an early ball. Into the box. Doesn't find anybody. Josko Gvardiol looks like he was going to let that one go, but it's ended up a throw-in for Bournemouth. Not sure what defending that was, guys, but here we are. Yeah, Vincent Kompany, if he does a good job at Bayern Munich, he'd be my pick. As Jean says, Nagelsmann's a good shout. Can't see any Premier League managers coming in, if I'm honest. Long throw comes in from Bournemouth. Too close to the keeper. Ederson will collect that one. He'll look to try and just distribute this one quite quickly to get City back on the attack. He'll go down the right-hand side to Matheus Nunes. I can't see Nuno Espirito Santo, the manager at Forest. Apparently had a bit of a bust-up at Nottingham Forest, and because of that, there is some question marks over his future. I also can't see Luis Enrique leaving Paris Saint-Germain to come to Manchester City unless he wants a new challenge. We'd have to wait and see. Done a very good job there, though. Won't be an easy job for whoever takes over from Pep. How do you take over from the best? It's difficult, as we did hit them 50 likes, which is much appreciated, guys. So we're just 49 likes away from my like goal of 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Right, here's Ruben Dias. Lots of early pressing coming in from Bournemouth first couple of minutes. No efforts on goal as of yet. City have come forward once. Bournemouth have come forward once and launched a long throw into the box as Omar Marmoush drops the shoulder. Nearly gets City going. Ilkay Gundogan wants a free kick. Referee says no, and is Bournemouth coming forward, getting 5 forward, getting players forward. So there should be a bit of space. And the thing that I like about Bournemouth and against Fulham as well, Man City do run the risk of dropping points and losing these games, and I'm expecting these teams to attack and try and score goals. They will leave space. They're not like Southampton and Crystal Palace, who will sit tight and not give Man City space, and City having to work really tight in the pockets. They will have space in today's game, so they've just got to try and utilise, when they've got the ball, that space, and it comes through moving that ball quickly. As it was mentioned before, I can't remember who left the comment, but they were spot on with what they said. It's all about distribution and moving the ball quickly, not sideways, as Bournemouth in with the first shot of the game, and Ruben Dias pulls out of the challenge there. It was Justin Kluivert with the shot. A comfortable save for Ederson in the end. And once more, Bournemouth, they're getting 4 or 5 players forward at any one time. It will and is causing Man City problems. I think it's just a case here for Man City just to try and settle themselves in first 10 minutes or so. Bournemouth are going to come and try and create opportunities to try and grab that all-important first goal. They get that all-important first goal. This becomes a very difficult game for Manchester City, so City have got to be wary of that. So, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now 45 likes away from 100. Here's Bernardo. It's not the best of passes from Bernardo, looking for Marmoush, and it'll be scrambled clear by AFC Bournemouth into the grateful hands of Kepa in goal. Don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up then, 44 likes away from 100. Don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, score predictions for today and where everybody's tuning in from. Don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links are in the description, and do go and check out today's video sponsors. So for score links and details, they're in the description. A bit of good high pressing there from Bernardo Silva means Manchester City get themselves a throw-in just outside the Bournemouth penalty area. Professor says, anyone know why Pep refusing to involve the new signings? he likes the experienced players. He likes the old guard, the unks as everybody describes them. The unks, he likes them. Proven experience rather than the youthful players. I don't know why that is. I wanted to see Nico Gonzalez starting this game. I'm getting a little frustrated about the lack of game time for Nico Gonzalez because I don't think he's done anything wrong to not be given minutes. It must be incredibly frustrating. Claudio Khusanov not in the squad. Vitor Reis not in the squad. But it's because you've got experienced players coming back. We've got a bigger squad now as Gundogan into Marmoush. A heavier touch from Marmoush. Still finds Bernardo. He's gone out wide. Squared across. Pulled back. Nobody's there. Nobody's there. So he just goes with the experienced players. He likes experienced players over the youthful players. So the youthful players miss out. McAtee, Rico Lewis. They've done nothing wrong. Claudio Khusanov's not done anything wrong. It's just how it is as Bournemouth now gone from one penalty area to the other. Kluivert trying to find a pass into Evan Ilson, cut off by Josko Gvardiol in the end. So, yeah. As I said, it's just a case here that City got 4 points to get from these two games. Persevere with it. Try and get these 4 points. If we can get these 4 points, we can move through a transition. And you'll see a lot of the old guard start to leave. I suspect 3 or 4 of them will leave. And they'll have no choice but to use the players that they have at their disposal now. And I think the advantage that we have is that the likes of Claudio Khusanov, Vitor Reis, they've all got a good 6 months of experience. Nico Gonzalez as well, so it will help. These players are so young though. Teenagers, early 20s. They're not going to go into their prime for another 3 or 4 years. I think the plan is just to protect the game time for these next 3 or 4 years and ensure that we're at a point where these players are ready to, in 3-4 years when we've gone through the full transition and we're looking at now the next players to be stepping up, that's what they'll be looking for, is De Bruyne then. This is very end-to-end and a bit of a topsy-turvy game. No real fluency to the game. No team's made it stick yet. De Bruyne goes for a famous cross from deep on the right-hand side into the area as Kovacic has a shot just wide. Adam says Nunes should have started against Palace. I agree, should have. Don't know why he didn't. Pep, he likes going with Akanji. I mean, my own personal opinion here. I feel like from next season, I'd like to see Manuel Akanji as the squad player for Man City rather than guaranteed starting centre-back all the time. I think we found a good partnership in Josko Gvardiol and Ruben Dias. So I'd like to utilise that a bit further. Sign proper fullbacks and push from there. Mullet, thank you very much for the £2 donation. Much appreciated. Says our best signing next season. We'll be having Rodri back. Of course it'll be having Rodri back. Massive player to have back. Could even see him tonight. City and Leeds channel, not hating on Akanji. I just don't think he's as good as Ruben Dias or Josko Gvardiol at centre-back. I feel like City make and find a way to work Akanji into the team. There was nothing too wrong with Man City's defensive performance against Crystal Palace, but we were getting into positions where time and time again we had Crystal Palace pinned and the only player in space was Akanji and he can't cross to save his life. Matheus Nunes is an attacker. He can play out wide. He's a winger. You know, his job is to create opportunities. He overlaps. He does that attacking right-hand side far better than Akanji ever can. Oh, De Bruyne. It's a great pass. Oh, good goalkeeping. Real good goalkeeping. Bournemouth should get this one clear. So for me, I just didn't think he was the right pick. And I feel like we had a settled back four that was working well. And I don't like it being changed. When you've got something that's working well, you don't change it. Since we've got Akanji back fit and we've started to change things, he might not be at fault for things, but it's disrupted the momentum of the team as far as I'm concerned. It's why it was 0-0 against Southampton. We looked a little disjointed. It's why we've also ended up losing to Crystal Palace, just disjointing the team when we don't really need to, in my opinion. Some good pressing from City early on here. But it's not like Bournemouth haven't got forward. Forward a couple of times. Professor, yeah. Do you know, I think Akanji's at his very best when he's almost where if you're watching the game where Ruben Dias is, where he's the player that's going to dictate everything that happens in front of him. I think he's a solid centre-back when he's the last line. So you can see everything that's happening in front of him. He's a very smart player. He's a very smart man. Here's Josko Gvardiol getting forward. Tries to play a pass into Omar Marmoush. And I just feel like that's where Akanji's at his very best. He won't displace Ruben Dias, so we always try and work him to the right-hand side or the left-hand side. And I just don't think he's as good there. So... yeah. Danny, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Welcome, everybody. We're now just 37 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Apologies, Darcy, not Danny. I don't know why I said Danny there. I need to get my eyesight tested. Back to Specsavers. So, guys, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Just 36 likes away from 100. Subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. The bot is used several different accounts to spam as well. We're on it. It's been removed. Here's Ederson for City to Ruben Dias. Plays a ball down to Haaland. Holds it up well. Marmoush can find his pass to Haaland, and Haaland can't find his pass. Typical. Novel, thank you for tuning in. And Vic. Vic says, scared when teams go forward against us. Bournemouth getting players forward as well. It will cause problems. City have got to navigate it. I think a team that scores first, crucial today. So Novel says, in your opinion, does the Southampton and Crystal Palace game affect the decision for Florian Wirtz to reject Man City's transfer offer? I don't think so. I mean, surely Florian Wirtz would wait until the end of the season to make his decision. I think he's made his decision nice and early, despite all the rumours and links with Liverpool. I described it in my transfer update, and I'm sticking with it. I'd say 95% right with my predictions in that transfer saga so far. And everything just seems to be pointing towards that news that came out a couple of weeks ago when Bayern said they had the agreement with the player. I don't think the player's keen on going anywhere else other than plays with Bayer Leverkusen, than going to Bayern Munich. So, because of that, I think everything else is just smokescreen, a show, an act. You know, his father, his agents, doing everything he can to talk to other clubs to make it look to Bayer Leverkusen like I'm doing everything I can to secure that transfer, but it's just so expensive. And what's going to happen in the next week is Liverpool will distance themselves from the transfer, and it'll be left with just Bayern Munich. There'll be another meeting between Bayer Leverkusen and the father of Florian Wirtz, and he'll say, look, we've done everything we can. He wants the Bayern Munich move. Please, can you secure that? And Bayer Leverkusen will reluctantly end up accepting a big offer from Bayern Munich. And at some point this summer, he'll go there. And if it's not there this summer, it'll be a deal agreed in principle, and he'll go there next summer. So here we are. Jean says a lot of Disney commercials because of the new theme park in Abu Dhabi. Announced the new theme park in Abu Dhabi, of course. I think it's part of the partnership between Khaldoon. It's Marmoush with an effort. Oh! Oh, wow! He might not score penalties in the FA Cup final, but that is an unbelievable finish from Omar Marmoush. Wow! I'm flabbergasted. Wow! I need to see a replay of that. space opens up for Omar Marmoush on his right foot. It's an absolute rifle. Commentators described it as stunning. It's 35 yards. That is exceptional. Absolutely exceptional from Omar Marmoush. That is an incredible goal. There's Man City's goal of the season right there. That is an incredible effort. It lingers so long in the air off the inside of the post. It's unbelievable. That's what Man City spent so much money for in January. And showing that he's mentally strong. He might have missed the all-important penalty in the FA Cup final, but here he is 3 days later, putting in an absolute rocket of an effort. Who needs Rodri rockets? Wow. That's all I can say to that, guys. Wow. Unbelievable goal from Omar Marmoush. The Egyptian prince. Wow. And I said first goal, so crucial. That should settle City down. 2 points clear of Aston Villa. Superior goal difference. Got to keep it going now. Black Rose, thanks for tuning in. Perfect way of describing it. A Roberto Carlos style shot. Unbelievable effort. And that's what we've craved so much. Players who are going to put their foot through and have a shot when the space is there. And Omar Marmoush showing that he's got them credentials. Douglas says, saw Paul Ince score one just like that for West Ham in the late 80s. It's before my time. Incredible player though, Paul Ince. Here's Marmoush. He's got a chance here to potentially thread through a pass to Haaland. His pass is weak, cut off by AFC Bournemouth. Here is Kerkez, and he's going to get himself a free kick on Omar Marmoush as well. So a free kick here for Bournemouth by the touchline. And a chance for them to maybe put something into the box. As we do currently have 90 people tuning in, so welcome everybody, much appreciated. Kenkwasa, thanks for tuning in. Icy, thanks for tuning in. Brenda, thanks for tuning in. MK, thanks for tuning in. Welcome everybody, much appreciated. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 27 likes from 100. Let's see if we can get there in the first half. That would be brilliant. Subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do go and check out SofaScore, today's video sponsor. So a free kick here for Bournemouth. They are going to take their opportunity to put a ball into the box. You got Tavernier stood over this. Marble, thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Ball does get put in. Should be the keeper's and is. He's got De Bruyne in front of him. Rolls it out. Here is KDB then. Last ever game at the Etihad Stadium. Can he produce some magic? One last time. Cut off. By Bournemouth. And they're just going to work it now to Real Madrid. Ready Dean Howson. That's a good tackle from Matheus Nunes. And that's a really good interception by Tavernier. No, referee says free kick. There we go. The Let's player, thanks for tuning in. Wants to see City secure Champions League football. I think we all do. Just to help with the transition, Ederson goes with a long ball forward. Let's not forget, there's a few players on this pitch today that it might be their last ever game at the Etihad Stadium and we don't even know it. Ederson, I'm expecting him to leave in the summer, so I think this is the last time we see Ederson at the Etihad Stadium as well. No one's really spoke about that. Could be the last time we see Kovacic, Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. It's the last time we see Kevin De Bruyne. There's lots of players here on the pitch who have all been linked with the exit door. I think it's... I mean, Odin says Ederson's been pictured with his 3 kids today. Normally, as tradition, final game, they'll do a lap of honour. So the players' families are normally always there. So because of that, that might be the reason that they're there rather than he's just off. But you might also be very correct. So time will tell. Mullet reckons Kovacic going to stay. It depends if the interest comes in from Saudi Arabia again. They were interested last summer. If the offers come back in again and a good offer comes in, then there we go. Oh, there you go, Odin with the exclusive. A DM in from Ederson. I'm off. So as good as that guy on the golf course asking in person and filming, asking Morgan Gibbs-White, is he staying at Nottingham Forest? And he does the nervous laugh. Oh, man. That was funny. Anyway, here's Ederson for Manchester City. 20 minutes in here at the Etihad. 1-0 up thanks to that cracker of a goal from Omar Marmoush as Gundogan chips one up to Erling Haaland. Lovely show of strength from Erling Haaland. And here's Josko Gvardiol now. Ball comes into the channel and Haaland doesn't read it. Marmoush doesn't read it. It's beyond everybody. Haaland was expecting a cross then. So he's made a dart to the near post and doesn't link up. So there we go. Jean, it is 2 weeks until the window opens. Hugo Viana will be working really hard right now, Hugo boss. I'm sure Chicky will be working hard. He's staying all summer as well, helping Man City to try and secure the big deals that are needed this summer. Might not be Florian Wirtz, but I'm certainly expecting at least 4 new signings this summer. I have a feeling, depending on players that leave, it could be as many as 6 or 7. That's a good ball from De Bruyne to Erling Haaland. He's been forced to turn his back, though. Here's Marmoush. He's got Gundogan in on the left. Here's Marmoush. He's been urged to shoot by the crowd. Doesn't, by the way. Marble would like to see Xavi Simons or Morgan Gibbs-White. I, of course, posted a video. If you're at half-time, you want to go and check it out, looking at 5 players Man City could look to target as an alternative to Florian Wirtz not signing for Manchester City. Here is Kevin De Bruyne now to Ilkay Gundogan. Got more of these 5 players Man City could sign videos to come up over the next couple of weeks as we head towards that summer transfer window. And remember, June 1st, daily Manchester City transfer updates for you guys to enjoy. Here is Kevin De Bruyne now for Manchester City to Mateo Kovacic. Here's Josko Gvardiol. It's a good touch from Kovacic. Here's Haaland. A little bit of space for him. It's good. De Bruyne. Oh, he's left the ball behind him. Still might be able to get a ball across here, though. He does. Haaland! Oh! I don't know how Haaland gets on the end of that. He does. He hooks his left foot across to get a shot on target there, but Kepa will be very thankful as Man City win the ball back thanks to another high press. And again, more pressure being put onto Bournemouth here. City pushing to try and get another goal here. Very much needed. The Let's Player. We are getting linked with Kerkez from Bournemouth. I think he's probably going to end up at Liverpool, to be honest. They're the team that have been strongly linked. Haaland stabs his foot at that effort. Goes very acrobatic. Commentator's just saying there, could he have gone with his head? Could have. Don't know why he's gone with his foot there. But there we go. As Vic says, try and keep it simple, Erling. Go with your head. Anyway, here we are. Yeah, no, I can see Kerkez going to Liverpool rather than City. But Kerkez, these left-backs that we've been getting linked with, they're all good players. Likes of Rayan Ait-Nouri. It's a good season at Wolves. Had a solid season. Anthony Robinson. He's had a real good season with Fulham that we've been linked with as well. So, it's not all on Milos Kerkez as the options when it comes to fullbacks being signed on that left-hand side in the Premier League. I think there's also important that City weigh up about how fit these players are that we're bringing in. Don't want to be signing injury-prone players, which is why I've had a big problem with the links with Danny Olmo. He's injury-prone. Don't need an injury-prone player. We don't need another sick note, another player that's going to be featuring 1 in every 3 games. We don't need that kind of player. So, yeah. Dan, thanks for tuning in. Says, do I reckon City can hold out for a 1-0 win here? Or do I reckon another goal's required? I agree with you, Dan. I reckon we need another goal here. I think it'll just help settle everything down. I don't think City are going to stop. I think City are just going to try and keep going here. And I think if we can end up grabbing a second, I think the heads of Bournemouth could potentially drop. But as I've said numerous times this season, even if we get a third, I'm not going to settle because I've got PTSD from the Feyenoord game. So anything's possible. So to be honest, I won't settle until we have 4. So here we are. Anyway. is Bournemouth now. Pinging a ball forward. Kerkez got a chance to put a ball across. Does. Should be cleared by Ruben Dias. Bernardo gets his head onto it. Here's Kovacic playing in the pocket. Finds Ilkay Gundogan. He's got 3 further forward. Marmoush, Haaland and De Bruyne. Kovacic has managed to get forward. Into Marmoush. Squares on across. De Bruyne. Oh, there's the moment. It's an open net for Kevin De Bruyne and he hits the crossbar. He gets excited. He puts his foot underneath it. That should be 2-0. I know we're all feeling very sentimental about Kevin De Bruyne and we want him to score a goal. But that should be 2-0 and Man City should be coasting right now. That could be a massive miss. I hope it's not, but that could be a massive miss. He should score. "99 times out of 100, Kevin De Bruyne puts that in the back of the net. He just puts his foot underneath it and it's onto the underside of the crossbar. I don't know how he misses. I really don't know how he misses that one, guys. Adrian says, Morgan Gibbs-White included in Jamie Carragher's team of the season. He's had a fantastic season. He's got 2 years left on his contract, so I know Forest are asking for 100 million, but if they don't get Champions League football and Morgan Gibbs-White says, I want the move to Man City, they've not got much leverage when it comes to negotiations for that transfer. And I do reckon 60 million, 70 million would probably be enough. Which represents far better value than £100 million, of course. Long ball forward then from Kepa. City ricocheting it around. Bournemouth will pick up the throw-in. Getting another replay of this De Bruyne miss then. I don't think slow motion's going to make this look any better. It just bounces up onto his foot. It just has a little bounce up on his foot. And onto the crossbar. I don't know how he's missed. I do not know how he's missed. Anyway, here's Matheus Nunes to Kevin De Bruyne. Here's Bernardo now. Work to Ilkay Gundogan. Here is Manuel Akanji now providing a bit of support on the left. Josko Gvardiol. Manchester is Blue says, so glad we scored early on. I'm glad we've scored early on as well. Settles everybody down. It makes everybody feel much better. So this is one of them games where we don't want it to be 0-0 in the 75th minute. We don't want that anxiety. No, thank you. Odin. Kyle Walker. We miss quality fullbacks. We've not really addressed fullbacks in, what, 8 years? Since 2017? And, yeah, wonderful servant Kyle Walker. Needs to replace him. Need some quality fullbacks bringing in. High energy, quality attacking fullbacks. I know Liverpool are signing Jeremy Frimpong. I think there's attacking fullbacks and then there's 2 attacking. Because Jeremy Frimpong for me is a winger or a wing back rather than a fullback. I think City would be much better looking towards out and out fullbacks. So, yeah. Odin, questionable bloke. Questionable morals, of course. Fantastic right back. I wonder if he's settled himself down in Italy. Keeps been loads of rumours about whether AC Milan want to make his deal permanent or not. I don't know if he's enjoying life in Italy or not. Who knows? I'm keeping an eye on Sheffield United's game against Sunderland at the weekend at Wembley in the playoff final in the Championship as well, because Sheffield United is his boyhood club. Ederson nearly managed to flukily play a ball forward to Haaland. Dean Howson reads it and clears it. So yeah. Kovacic gets a flick to Ruben Dias into the 30th minute here at the Etihad. City 1-0 up. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. Now 18 likes away from 100. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Josko Gvardiol then finds Manuel Akanji back to Josko Gvardiol. Keep getting a load of bots coming in. If any links are posted into the chat, unless the link's coming from me direct, make sure you don't click on the links, please, guys. You don't know what's hidden behind them links. Poor Julie is having to manually remove them. I'm just trying to help out as best as I can. Is Julie the only mod that we've got in? Does anyone want to be a mod? I'm looking for a couple of mods here just to help with that. If anyone's interested, just say I'm interested in the chat and I'll see what I can do. Just looking for a couple. Go on, Mullet. You remember, I'll make you a mod. There we go. It's got experience as well. We love it. There you go. You're a mod. Oh, Gundogan shoots. Good block. Good block. I'll also go with the Let's Player was firsted as well. And who was next? Michael was as well. Thank you everybody else that's expressed an interest. Much appreciated, guys. There we go. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated. Just to help with the spamming things. If we need more, I'll make some more. Oh, just to help Julia. Mullet will do a good job, I'm sure. Experienced as well. Right, we've got 13 minutes to half time. We're 1-0 up. Coasting. Need to try and get that second goal. There's Bournemouth coming forward. Again, got a couple of players. Forward! Oh, they've hit the post. Oh, my word, they've hit the post. I think it's Evan Ilson that's hit the post there for Bournemouth. Oh, my word. Yeah, it's a warning, isn't it? As Brenda Simmons is I've seen people calling you Phil. Is your name Phil? If your name's Phil, I'll call you Phil. But yeah, that's the warning sign right there. Good ball from Tavernier. Hit into the ground, does everything right. It's into the post. Yeah. He's just started to find his form. 5 goals in his last 5 Premier League games away from home for Bournemouth. Here's Kevin De Bruyne then to Marmoush. Here's Haaland. He's got the run of Bernardo Silva. De Bruyne is in there. Here's Gundo. Here's Matheus Nunes to Ruben Dias. Here's Omar Marmoush. It's well cut out from Bournemouth, and they're going to look to get forward once more. He's done a real good job, Andoni Areola at Bournemouth. Here comes a through ball. Going to be cut off by Matheus Nunes, using his pace well there, helping to cover Manuel Akanji. Is Kovacic now to Ruben Dias. As we're now just 12 likes. We're nearly into the nervous 90s on the likes. Here's Kova. It's not a good through ball. Cut off easily by Bournemouth. And they're getting up ahead of steam. This game's a bit too open for my liking. City haven't been at their clinical best. The opportunities have been there. The woodwork's been struck by City and by Bournemouth. It's that rocket from Marmoush that separates these two sides. City's still lacking a bit of fluency. Trying to these odd through balls that just haven't gelled or worked so far. I don't know if it's the weight of the pass or the accuracy or just maybe a bit of both, but they've tried it a couple of times. It's just not worked. We do need that assurance of the second goal because City do look error prone, and it's just given away from Ederson. It's a poor giveaway, and a shot comes in well blocked by Ruben Dias. Very un-Ederson like to do such a distribution error there. Free kick given to Manchester City. The yellow card is out. I think Dean Howson's going into the book. He seems to have injured himself in the process. There's a huge pullback on the Gundogan shirt. Not sure what Dean Howson's doing there, to be honest. He's into the book. That's his 10th yellow card. I think we're past the threshold for the 10 yellow cards. So I think it's 15 or more would be warranting a suspension. Iriola looks very calm and relaxed there in his polo t-shirt, smiling on the touchline. Long ball sent forward by Manchester City to nobody in particular. Kepa will pick the ball up. He'll just roll it out and Bournemouth will get back underway again. Here's Evan Nilsson, looked like he'd just come in from an offside position. And again, looks like Semenyo on the right wing for Bournemouth. Straight offside as well, and has. And that will be a free kick for Manchester City as we are into the nervous 90s now. Just 10 likes away from 100. If we can get that before half-time, that would be fantastic. Roughly around 10 minutes or so left. I'm not expecting too much added time in the first half unless we get an injury or something in the next few minutes, as De Bruyne looks like he's just been wrestled to the ground. Referee says no! Unbelievable. Adrian says Palace now winning 2-1 against Wolverhampton Wanderers at home. Got no real meaning on that game. Crystal Palace can't finish in a European spot and don't need to, thanks to beating Man City in the FA Cup final. They're into the Europa League group stage. Wolves already safe and can't get into Europe either. Here is Gundogan, edge of the Bournemouth penalty area to De Bruyne. Might he want to put his foot through that? He doesn't. Kovacic then to Matheus Nunes. Here's Bernardo. Back to Nunes. Cleared. Bernardo, is he going to get the interception? He helps Kovacic. It's a good flick from Gundogan. Squares it across. Bernardo! Bernardo Silva with the goal for Manchester City. The second goal that I think is just going to help ease everybody's anxiety here. A wonderful, cool, calm finish from Bernardo Silva. And Manchester City get that all-important second goal. It could well be his last game at the Etihad Stadium. And he gets a goal. He celebrates passionately. And that could be a massive goal when it comes to potential Champions League football for next season for Manchester City. Gundogan does everything right. Bernardo Silva tries to get the interception. Another flick comes in from Gundogan. He plays it through there to Bernardo Silva. Brilliant link-up play between Gundogan and Bernardo Silva there. And Pep Guardiola. The Unks! He goes with the Unks, and as Michael says, the Unks have scored. Pulling the strings there. That's why Pep picked them. Manchester City now 2-0 up here against Bournemouth, and you fancy hopefully City can keep going here to try and secure what would be a massive 3 points in our final home game of the season. So guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up on the live stream. Now 9 likes away from 100. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. You can also use the QR code on screen or the link in the live chat. Good stuff this from Manchester City first half. It's been a bit open, end to end. There's been space. We've been clinical-ish when we've needed to. Kevin De Bruyne had scored that sitter. Would have been 3-0 and coasting here. I did say in my preview that City had scored a couple of quick-fire goals. And there's Haaland. We still might be 3-0 up. Oh, he can't find his pass. Can't find his pass. And I said we'd be 3-0 up at half-time. City get complacent second half. Fancy Bournemouth's always going to score at least a goal. And then City tighten it up and see out the win. So I went 3-1 as my score prediction. So we'll see how correct I am. City 2-0 up. 5 minutes to go. Now's a real good time to change the team talk for Bournemouth and have them 3-0 down at half-time. Makes life very difficult for them. 2-0 always a dangerous scoreline. Bournemouth score next. We're back to being anxious. Ball comes in from Bournemouth, collected by Ederson. Rolled out quickly. Kevin De Bruyne now. Just inside the City half. Kovacic slowing things down. Back to De Bruyne. Gundogan's doing a lot of running today. Douglas says goal difference could matter. It could well matter. City have got the best goal difference out the teams around them. I think that's what the big disadvantage is for Aston Villa. And why they're going into 6th place as it stands. Because of the goal difference. And goal difference, crucial. It's like another point. City on plus 26. Newcastle on plus 22. Chelsea on plus 20. Aston Villa on plus 9. And Nottingham Forest on plus 13. I think it'd do the team the world a good just to score some goals. 1 goal in 3 games, not scored in our last 2 games. It'd do the team the world a good to go out and score 4 or 5 goals. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We've still got a job to do here. We're at a point here where we know if we get a clean sheet, we have the job done. FPFC says, loving Haaland's movement today. Me too, he's working hard. He needs a goal. I feel like Erling Haaland just needs a goal to get his mojo back. I feel like that's what Phil Foden's been missing. I really do. This season, he's just missing his mojo. A couple of good performances, a couple of goals, back-to-back games, and boom, you're back. Thank you very much, Douglas. Much appreciated for showing the support. Don't forget, like and subscribe. And Mullet, yeah, we would go third with a draw today. We don't want to draw, want to win. I want to go into that final game against Fulham knowing that we want it to be a do-not-lose game rather than a must-win game. City's goal difference will be enough to make sure that 1 point will be enough. So if we can get the 3 points here, it's a big step towards Champions League football. Job's still not done, but a big step. Here is Ilkay Gundogan now for Manchester City. Here's Bernardo. I've said this magical 70-point barrier has always been the barrier that we've been looking for. We can't get there, but we can get. We can still get there. Sorry, but it looks like 69 points will be the barrier that we're looking at rather than 70. Is that surely a corner? Oh, he's given a free kick to Manchester City, and a yellow card comes out as well. Araujo not happy with that decision. Goes sliding in on Josko Gvardiol. Let's have a look at it. I'm not sure he gets to the ball and he takes the man. And he hurts Josko Gvardiol there. So he goes into the book and a free kick for Manchester City. Michael, 100k. It's ambitious. I like it. My actual aim for the end of the year is 50. I'd be more than happy for 100. Got nice. You see the little blank space right here? I think 100,000 plaque would look very nice right there. The spot is free. Right below the hand-painted and crafted logo of JSGC right there. And the 100k one would look very nice there. I've been meaning to get myself, I've got a lightsaber, it's red. I get a few comments, people don't like the red. Get a blue one instead. De Bruyne. Oh, test the keeper. Gundogan has a shot and somehow it's saved by Kepa. It's a fantastic save from Kepa. I don't know how he's made the save, to be honest. Anyway, 30 seconds to go of the first half, plus whatever's to be added on. We're 4 likes from 100. Can we get to 100 likes before half-time? Any help towards that would be much appreciated. I think we're all going to miss the Kevin De Bruyne. The champ going to miss him as a player and as a man as well. He's a fantastic player. Question is, where's he going to end up next? As we're now 3 likes away. We've got 2 minutes to get 2 likes. 2 minutes added on here of this first half. I think it's important City don't concede as well. Ball comes into the channel. Cut off well by Akanji. That's a heavy touch from Ederson. He has to put his foot through it and get that one clear. Now just 1 like. Who wants to be the 100th like? Here's Araujo, fresh into the book. Winning an interception for Bournemouth. As I said, it's important here that City don't concede. Squared across. Cut off well by Manchester City. Not fully clear though. Ball comes in. Blocked, and shot goes over the top of the crossbar and into the stands. Brendan, thanks for tuning in. Claudio Echeverri, not in the squad today. We've gone with the experienced older players as we're getting players back from injury. Got a squad of, 24 players? We don't have 24 spots available in the squad, so players have to miss out, and it's the younger, inexperienced players that are missing out, like Echeverri, like James McAtee, like Rico Lewis, like Claudio Khusanov, like Vitor Reis. Right, so we've got 30 seconds left as we do hit 100 likes, so thank you for that, much appreciated, guys. Let's go for 120 likes as the new like goal, so any help towards that would be great as Ederson sends it long and straight out of play. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 120 likes is the aim. Subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. That should be half-time. And is half-time. Man City 2-0 up here in our final home game of the season. And we've got a big 45 minutes to try and see this out. Hopefully we can grab some more goals. We're seeing De Bruyne in his final home game for Man City miss a sitter and hit the crossbar. We've seen a rocket, a thunderous effort from Omar Marmoush to open the scoring, and Bernardo Silva with a calm finish to make it Manchester City 2, AFC Bournemouth 0. But that doesn't mean we've not had heart-in-mouth situations. Bournemouth have hit the post, come forward, got numbers forward, and looked lively. So there is definitely still some work to do going into the second half. But as it stands here, Man City on course to go third and taking ourselves to within 1 point of securing Champions League football for next season, heading into our final game of the season on Sunday away against Fulham. So, having a look then at today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Don't forget, links in details, they are in the description. You can use the QR code on screen or the link in the live chat. That'll take you to the download page to download the free SofaScore app. Anyone that does download SofaScore using my links does help to support the future content created here on my channel. I do have my promo video, 20 seconds long, and then we'll speak about the statistics. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. So just having a look at these statistics. Man City dominating the possession. Manchester City 63% possession compared with 37% possession for AFC Bournemouth. Manchester City's expected goal rate at 1.33, Bournemouth at 0.65. City had a couple of big chances, Bournemouth with one big chance. Man City have had 7 shots so far in this game, with 4 of them on target and a couple of goals. For AFC Bournemouth, they've had a total of 5 shots, and 1 of them was on target, forcing a save from Ederson. Also hit the post. Man City have hit the crossbar. Thunderous effort from Omar Marmoush and a goal from Bernardo Silva as well summarises us into the second half. Man City have had 324 passes compared with 188 for AFC Bournemouth. 5 tackles for Bournemouth, 3 for Manchester City. No players in the book for Manchester City, but Bournemouth have got a couple of players on yellow cards that may be worthwhile just keeping an eye on heading into the second half. Players on a yellow card for Bournemouth include Dean Howson and Araujo, their 2 defenders. So, yeah, all in all, looking pretty solid for Man City. We just looked a bit lacklustre when Bournemouth had decided to come forward, tracking back. Headless chickens comes to mind, and just finding space all too easy, a little bit like Crystal Palace did in the cup final on Saturday. I think due to the gaps in midfield, the ageing legs in midfield, and some of the ageing legs at the back as well, is going to lead to some problems. But I have really enjoyed the performance of Matheus Nunes on the right-hand side. It does help with tracking back, and I just feel like we look more comfortable with Matheus Nunes on that right-hand side. Don't know about you guys, but I feel more comfortable with Matheus Nunes on that right-hand side. But things, yeah, going very much to plan here for Man City, and I think the plan will be to try and get this game wrapped up and sealed up early in this second half, so they can start making more changes, more rotation ahead of the game on Sunday, because City, heading into this game, they had 2 days to prepare. It's been 72 hours since we played the FA Cup final. No real time for rest for Manchester City. We made just 4 changes in today's game. So, obviously, can't make a full rotation due to the circumstance of this being pretty much a must-win game for Man City. So, if we can go out and score a goal or 2 early in this second half, then it would be good to be able to make a bit of rotation and start freshening up some legs. And it'd be really good to see maybe 2 or 3 of the players come off from the bench who haven't featured in a while, just stretch the legs to showcase and see what they can do. And I include Nathan Ake in that, see how he's responding. Oscar Bobb I include in that, and Rodri as well. But it'd be really good to try and get some minutes for players who haven't had that many minutes, who maybe do deserve some more minutes. The likes of Jack Grealish, Nico Gonzalez, Phil Foden will be pushing for some minutes as well. So it'd be good to be able to get them players as well. Mo, thanks for tuning in. I do reckon Rodri might get some minutes. I don't think it'll be any more than 5 or 10 minutes towards the end, but we're allowed 5 substitutions, and if I were Man City, I'd be maximising them 5 subs. And I would be making sure that we do get some minutes today for Rodri. I think it's important we can get some minutes for Nico Gonzalez. I'd like to see some minutes as well, as I said, for Oscar Bobb and Nathan Ake returning back to the squad for Manchester City as well today, which I think would be really good. But the question is, at what point does Kevin De Bruyne go off? And if he does go off, what receptions are going to get? Obviously, it'll be a huge reception, and then who's going to come on? De Bruyne did all 100 minutes of the FA Cup final on Saturday. He's 34 now. I can't imagine there will be too many more minutes left of Kevin De Bruyne. I've got a feeling it's going to be the hour mark, maybe 65 minutes, and he'll come off, and he'll be looking to try and get one final goal or assist. So, yeah, we will see. Could be Rodri that comes on for him. We'll have to wait and see. I imagine the later De Bruyne goes into this game, the more likely it might be Rodri that does come on for him. So yeah, there we go. There my thoughts. Do let me know your halftime thoughts in the live chat. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. We're now just 16 likes away from my like goal of 120 likes. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description on the yellow banner too, if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And don't forget to subscribe and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. I'll roll my promo video one more time and then we'll crack on with the halftime entertainment. And Nana, thank you very much for tuning in. I'd like Ederson to stay. I don't think he is going to stay, and I imagine it'll be Diogo Costa. If you're asking me right now to pick between the 2 keepers, I'd probably prefer Ederson to stay because he's settled and we know how good he can be. But if he doesn't want to be here and he does want to leave, then I have no problem with Diogo Costa coming in because I rate him. I know a lot of other people don't, but I think he's a good solid keeper. He looked good for Portugal at the Euros last season, and I know a lot of people are unfairly judging him based on one performance in the Europa League against Man United earlier in the season, but Here we are. Anyway, here's the SofaScore promo video, and then we'll crack on with the halftime entertainment. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. So do go and check out today's halftime entertainment, guys. Go and grab yourselves a grab yourself a drink and some snacks ready and waiting for the second half. Today's halftime entertainment brought to you by my partner channel Mixed. Links and details there in the description. Go and check him out. Go and like and subscribe. This is Death in the Afternoon.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another cocktail video. And today's cocktail, guys, is a Death in the Afternoon, but with a little twist. I will be using the Habsburg absinthe, so it's going to be a supercharged Death in the Afternoon. And if you know anything about a Death in the Afternoon, it is rumoured it's created by Ernest Hemingway, as he coined the phrase in 1932. That's where this classic cocktail comes from, and it's a very powerful cocktail. And I'm making it even more powerful with 89.9% absinthe. As absinthe's normally 69 to 70s, this is like a supercharger version mixed in with Prosecco. Bubbles and absinthe, what can go wrong? Happy Easter. If you want to get drunk, this is the go-to. Have a few of these, you'll know about it, but it definitely will get you drunk. So apparently the rumour with Ernest Hemingway, he enjoyed the absinthe in 1932 after his trip to France. That's supposedly where the idea comes from. It's Death in the Afternoon was also the contribution to the So the Red Nose or Breath in the Afternoon, a 1935 cocktail book featuring recipes from 30 celebrity authors, and it's mentioned Death in the Afternoon. So this is where it comes from. It's a very simple cocktail to make. It's just very, very powerful, and it's certainly a fun one. Just because of the high. Just because of the high percentage of alcohol involved in this. So what you want to do is get a champagne flute and put in 1 jigger of absinthe. So I recommend I put in 45ml or 1.5 ounce of absinthe, so we'll go for it. And now all you do is just top it up with chilled champagne or Prosecco. I'm using Prosecco, just to be clear. As simple as that, there is one Death in the Afternoon. So to make that clear, that was about 4.5 ounces, which is 135ml of Prosecco or champagne. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. One supercharged Death in the Afternoon. Will this have me on my back? Probably will, but we'll see now. So this is Death in the Afternoon. How does it taste? Has that beautiful aniseed flavour. I just love the absinthe with it, and this you can feel it straight away. I know I'm having this. I know in his recommendations in the book he recommends sipping it very slowly and having about 5. With this supercharged version I probably wouldn't recommend having more than about 3 of it and sip it slowly. But if you're down this, you'll know about it. But you can enjoy absinthe, especially if you love your aniseed flavour that just runs through this drink. That aniseed smell, the flavour, the taste, it's beautiful. Mixed in with the bubbles as well, with a nice Prosecco or a nice champagne. It's a very elegant cocktail like that, but powerful, not to be underestimated. It's elegancy like that. It's a beautiful cocktail, but very powerful with a kick, and you'll know about it. as it is called Death in the Afternoon for a reason. So if you do make a Death in the Afternoon, just enjoy it as it should be. Just sip it slowly and enjoy. But his one favourite author that is also well known for his drinking as much as his writing was. But that certainly gets my Easter off to a good start. That is my recommendation, Death in the Afternoon, and that is absolutely a beautiful cocktail. Real simple to make, and if I bring it up closer, you can see how green it is. It's illuminate and green like that. It's just beautiful. But there we have it. One supercharged Death in the Afternoon. Do let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this classic cocktails? I've done the supercharged version of it. Well, happy Easter if you do celebrate it, or if you're not, have a nice break anyway. Enjoy the bank holidays and have an awesome time, whatever you are doing. But any cocktail recommendation, do let me know in the comments below, as I will be doing more cocktails as I've got some time off, so I can enjoy making some drinks over the next week or so I can crack on with that. But if you've got any Easter cocktail recommendations for Easter Sunday or Easter Monday, then do let me know, as I'd be happy to oblige and happy to make. But I've been Mixed. This has been my supercharged Death in the Afternoon. But if you are new around here, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed, as we are on the road to 2K, as we're only 110 subscribers away, so we're very nearly there. So I do appreciate it. Thank you for all your support so far. But that, guys, has been the Death in the Afternoon. Happy Easter. Chair.
Oh. I was having my break as well. There we go. Whew. Nice. Nice and refreshing. Rightio. Players making their way back out the tunnel, ready for the second half. Here comes Kevin De Bruyne, ready for the second half. Can you imagine if they substituted him at half time? Right, we've got a job to do here. So it looks like Bournemouth have made a substitution. I think Brooks has come on. Yeah, he's come on for Justin Kluivert. So David Brooks comes on for Justin Kluivert. Is the only change, I believe. Don't think City have made any changes. Ready and waiting for a big second half here. Man City playing in their home shirts, sky blue shirts, white shorts and navy blue socks. Attacking from right to left, attacking the constructed north stand. Bournemouth attacking the south stand where the away fans are in the second half. Bournemouth playing in their home shirts of red and black stripes, black shorts and red socks. There's Manuel Akanji. Goes to send one long. Cut off by Josko Gvardiol. He'll get a throw-in for Manchester City off Semenyo. Semenyo going on this right-hand side once more for Bournemouth. So it's important now that City could just navigate their way through a tricky potential second half. As I said before, 2-0, such a dangerous scoreline. And it's dangerous because Bournemouth score next, it changes the complete complexion of the game. Whereas City score next, you fancy that's probably that. It's good work from Josko Gvardiol. Haaland holds it up well. Gundogan now to Matheus Nunes. Forced back. Ruben Dias. He's going to go back to Ederson. He's got Akanji ahead of him. He'll play the pass to Akanji. Akanji takes his man on. Plays the ball down the channel to no one in particular. Too much on it, and that'll be cut off by Kepa. Bearded, I agree, would be good to get some minutes for Oscar Bobb. Yeah, it'd be good to get Ake and Rodri some minutes, I think. But we've got to be in a position where they can get them minutes. As a header comes in from Bournemouth from a cross and it's wide. Anthony says, I hope Kevin De Bruyne gets another chance. It was almost a perfect half. Let's go again. Massive 3 points incoming. I hope so. Keith, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Mullet, thank you very much for the £2 donation. Says, where's Oscar Bobb at? He's on the bench, just in front of Rodri on the bench. And is fit. If you're fit enough, for me, if you're fit enough to be on the bench, then you're fit enough to be available for selection and you're fit enough to be getting minutes. My rule of thumb normally is if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to start. So I presume that if the players were sharper like Rodri and Oscar Bobb, then they'd be fit enough to be getting 90 minutes. So they can't be that far away. And I suspect that the idea would be to try and get as many of these players some minutes here from this game. But we've got to have this game wrapped up for them to get minutes because they'll be rusty. And the only way they're going to get sharpness ahead of the final game and the Club World Cup is through giving them their minutes. So we've just got to manage it. But thank you very much for the £2 donation, Mullet. Much appreciated. A big shout out to you. Legend, as we do surpass 120 likes. We've hit 125, so let's knock it up another 25. Let's go for 150 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Douglas says, I'm half Scottish and do not mind the navy blue, but I do mind any hue of darker blue on any piece of City kit. Yeah, I agree with that. I quite liked our treble season with a combination of the burgundy darker red and the purple. Thought combined really well. I'm wondering when we're going to see Rodri going out to warm up. I'm going to wait for the applause as Gundogan gives the ball away here. And here come Bournemouth. It's cut off well by Matheus Nunes. As I said before, he's having a good game, Matheus Nunes. Timmy, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Mo Jezza, thank you for tuning in as well. City Till I Die, thank you for tuning in. Says we could be 4-0 up and it would still be dangerous because we've been shocking this season, haven't we? Certainly have, yeah. 3-0 still gives me anxiety because of the Feyenoord game, so I wouldn't even settle here at 3-0. I think 4-0. I'm okay with 4-0. Odin says, what do I think about the David Silva rumours? I've not heard any rumours. What's going on with Davidos? He retired, didn't he? Fairly sure. Thank you, Eli. Much appreciated. He was an excellent player. Excellent player. City Till I Die says next season's black away shirt looks nice. I've not really looked at the shirts. I know we've got the new home shirt. I've seen one or two images of the away one floating around. I've not really paid much attention, to be honest. I'm not sure about the home shirt with the stripe on it. I think I prefer next season's home shirt to this season's home shirt. I think. Yeah. I really like the 2022-2023 home shirt, though. Badge in the middle. Nice collar on it. Just looks smart. Here's Marmoush. to Kevin De Bruyne. Is the one last assist at the Etihad. Matheus Nunes has a shot. And into the stands. Odin, yeah, I agree. It's difficult when you're the kit supplier and manufacturer, actually. They'll be thinking about what a waste this season's been when it comes to the shirts, because there's no legendary moments. They'll just end up just being pushed away. I think everybody liked the away shirts. Gives them the 1999 nostalgia vibe. So I think a lot of people like the away shirt. So I think we'll see that knocking around a fair amount. Home shirt, I can't see anyone liking that, to be honest. I don't know. The football shirts at the end of the day. I think we all have our own personal preference for our favourite ones. Eli, the away shirt would have felt a little more special. I'm surprised they didn't choose to wear the away shirt at Wembley. Wouldn't it have been a nice way to... Because the whole point of the shirt was to mark the 25 years of since the 1999 playoff victory in the final against Gillingham at Wembley. What better way to celebrate that anniversary than wearing the shirt in an FA Cup final and maybe winning the cup, but it didn't happen, and here we are. Anyway, as mentioned, I think it will be one of them, but yeah, people will just get rid of and move on to the next one. So yeah, here we are. Dave says 3-1 Crystal Palace now against Wolves. Big 3 points for Palace there. What are we all thinking ahead of the Europa League final tomorrow? I really hope Spurs beat United. I really do. I don't see them beating them. I think ever since that comeback from United against Lyon, I felt like the name's been on the trophy. And I think UEFA definitely want a club as big as Man United in the Champions League. So any which way to make sure Man United are in it. And ultimately I think they'll beat Tottenham, but I really hope Spurs beat them. That'd be funny. Here's Haaland shoving De Bruyne, gets a corner for Manchester City. As Zabaleta in attendance today. A lot of former City players in attendance today. Brilliant. All here, of course, to celebrate the career of Kevin De Bruyne at Man City. Bidding farewell to the Etihad Stadium after this game as De Bruyne comes over to take this corner for Manchester City. Here's De Bruyne then. How may he assist you? Puts one in. And that is amounting to nothing. So there we go. Thank you very much, Church, for the £5 donation. He says, what's with the shampoo in the cooler? JSGC. Shampoo in the cooler? What about the champagne? Rather than the shampoo? It's reserved for legendary moments for Manchester City. We've had no legendary moments, so we don't pop the champagne open, I'm afraid. What have we got in there? Got wine, red wine, white wine. There's Prosecco, there's champagne. Little mini ones. Ready to celebrate. We've got nothing to celebrate, so we've got no reason to pop it open. We've got a big bottle of champagne. A couple of ciders, got some cans at the back as well. We've got Henry Weston's cider. Thatcher's Vintage, and I think there's... Yeah, Thatcher's Gold in there as well. Good stuff. It's a work day, so I'm on lemonade. Although I am I really enjoyed this one, guys. I mean, there's not much happening in the football, so yeah, I can speak about other things. Anyways, Kerkez, one sec. Oh, that's a good ball. And Semenyo takes the touch. It's too heavy, and that'll go out of play for a goal kick. Yeah, so I went to Germany for a few days last summer during the European Championships, and a fantastic trip. And whilst I was out there, I came across a drink. I think it's called the Radler. What a drink. Really enjoyed it. So, it's German lager and lemonade mixed, which pretty much is just what's it called? Why's my mind gone blank? Anyway, it's just a mixture of German lager. A shandy, thank you, Church. That's where my mind was gone blank. A shandy. Yeah, but I presume the only difference with a Radler is it's using stronger German lager. They're talking 7, 8, 9% lagers, and they basically use lemonade to water it down. I'm no lager expert. I don't particularly like lager, and I won't drink lager, as you can tell from my fridge selection. There's a lot of cider in there. I prefer cider to lager. It'll be very rare to get a lager down me, but in Germany, yeah, the Radler was sensational, and I've been tempted to go out and buy some nice premium German lager and get some premium lemonade and mix them together and recreate my own Radlers, because I think they're sensational drinks. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I don't know why I thought I'd tell you guys that. Oh man, Church, I hope that's a typo and we're keeping things clean. Oh man. Anyway, we're almost on the hour mark. There's not much happening. Mullet. You see, I can understand why you think that it's sacrilege. I really can. There's people out there who are big lager fans who love a nice premium lager to enjoy. The thing is, you could give me a premium lager and I wouldn't enjoy it because I don't like it. It's not my drink, which I think's okay. There's lots of drinks out there that are my kind of drink and lots that aren't. And it's probably the only way that you'll get me to have anything with lager in would be taking the Radler route. And I thought it was nice. I enjoyed it. People do it with gin and lemonade, don't they? Mick Sid's, that's his big bugbear, hates. There was a shot that came in from Semenyo there, by the way. If you can pick up on the commentary, there was a bit of shouting. There was nothing happening, but here we are. Mick Sid's got a big problem with gin and lemonade. He's more of a gin and tonic, and he's insistent on a gin and tonic as well. So, yeah. Anyway, here's KDB. Plays the ball across, and Kepa collects that one up. Now, Man City are coasting. The game's not really going anywhere, and my fear is Bournemouth sneak a goal. And this is very much game on. This game's not done. 2-0 is a very dangerous scoreline. It makes me nervous. Bournemouth are still alive, still working. So, we've got work to do. We do have work to do. Anyway, we're now 18 likes away from 100. Any help towards that, that'd be great. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Douglas says, Thatcher's was my cider farm when I was a lad. £1.60 a gallon, 5 litres, 8 pints. And that's incredibly expensive, isn't it? I'm not too sure. I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like they've changed their recipe, in particular with the Thatcher's Gold. It was like 5-6 years back. Thatcher's Gold was one of my go-to drinks. It was such a creamy cider. A beautiful cider. Probably my top 3 favourite drinks. And it just tastes a bit watered down now. I'll still drink it. But I don't think it's in my top 3. Let's Player says on Stella. You see, when I said before about lager that I drank, the only lager that I've ever drank has been Stella. When I'm out with Mick Sid and he's got a lager and he says, oh, this is really nice, try this, I'll try it. But Stella's about the only one I could stomach. I tried Carlsberg. We need a timeout to talk about Carlsberg. That weren't great. Heineken weren't great either. Here's Marmoush. I know a lot of people rave about Asahi as well. Mullets. Thanks for the £2 donation. I have inherited typical City's pissheads. But I'm partial to a drink, so I'm happy to have that conversation. As Rodri does get a huge roar from the crowd. He's out and warming up. Look at all the smiles on everybody's faces. It's things we love to see. Absolutely things we love to see. And I agree, Michael. De Bruyne does need a goal. Be nice to send him off with a goal. We could do with getting a penalty, couldn't we, really? And the creator, thanks for tuning in. I agree, we could really do with not bottling this. Things are just coasting at the moment. Whoa, it's hot under these lights in the room. We've got 28 minutes to see out. So, here we are. Crack. Do you know, with my house that I'm in, cracking a window open doesn't work. Obviously, the sun's set, so it's going a bit cooler now, but all the warm air's already trapped in. So my best way of keeping cool, we have a real good fan, really powerful fan that does a good job when I'm trying to get to sleep. Every other day, I'll just shut blinds, keep the sun out, and that will do the tricks for me. But in this room, I call it the JSGC HQ, the headquarters. Off camera, let me just go on my OBS because I don't want the camera to go off so I can keep an eye on it. Right next to me, just here, you've got my cardboard cutout from my Champions League live stream when I couldn't actually be here for it. But we also got my bonsai, and it's not allowed direct access to the sun, but it's flourishing right now with the nice weather. So it sits right on the corner of my desk, so the window stays, the blinds stay up all day, every day. Apart from when I'm streaming, because I don't want nosy neighbours looking in. So I shut the blinds. So it's the only time there's no natural light coming into the room. And it's all for the bonsai. It's all for the bonsai. It's my pride and joy. How old's the bonsai now? The bonsai's 4 years old now with me. Doesn't like the winters. Does like the summers. And getting lots of new leaves. Good stuff. I like my bonsai. I have another one in the back as well. Anyway, Mike, thanks for tuning in. Reckons 3-1 City today. I hope so. Could do with a goal just killing this off. And Mullet, thank you very much. What are we on now? 16 likes away from 150. Any help towards that would be great. Here is Ilkay Gundogan to Kovacic. The City have walked this corner. Here's Marmoush. He's already put one in and has another effort. Takes a deflection. That'll be another corner. Lee, thanks for tuning in. I did used to have Kevin the Cactus. Sad story, Kevin the Cactus died. Cacti, some of the easiest plants to look after. And I'm so used to looking after the bonsai. The very temperamental plants. But I love looking after them. That they need a lot of looking after. And I felt that with the cactus as well. That I was neglecting the cactus. That it wasn't getting watered or sprayed or having its nutrients and ingredients and everything. So I ended up putting some TLC into the cactus. And it turns out cactuses don't need any TLC. Yeah. They don't need anything, to be honest. And the cactus collapsed. Just water came down. Yeah. Done. Dead. Had to go in the bin. It's literally split in half. I've never seen a cactus do it before, but yeah. Very sad for the cactus. I replaced it with a bonsai, another bonsai. Not sure if my camera will see it. There. Can we see it? Let me move out the way. Got my footballs. Got a plant here. That's a snippet from a plant downstairs, and there's another bonsai just there. There you go. Whoa, we've got some natural, nice plants in here. Anyway, this game's dead. This game is dead. There's nothing happening, guys. There's not much going on. What do you want to talk about? I'm happy to talk about anything because there's nothing happening here. I think City are just happy with 2-0. Job done. Move on. Mullet, thanks very much for the £2 donation. Says, get the Stella. I don't have any Stella. I have 7-Up. We've got cider. No Stella, I'm afraid. Although I do like Stella Artois Cidre that they went down. Don't see it anywhere. There's a decision here to be made. There's a red card. There's a red card out. Kovacic. Kovacic has been sent off. It's a straight red card. This changes things. Pep Guardiola's furious. So a ball's just come over the top. Evan Nilsson's got contact and he's gone down. And I think Kovacic is deemed as the last man. So he's been sent off. It's his first red card of the season. City don't really have that many red cards. So this changes things. So let's have a look. So it's City in possession. It's a poor giveaway. He is the last man and there's no one around. And Kovacic knows what he's doing. Tugs Evan Nilsson and sends him down. The only saving grace Kovacic has got is there's around 50 yards still for the player to go through on goal. But it's deemed as a risk that he's going through on goal. So he's sent off. And to be honest, if it was the other way, I'd want a red card the other way. So City are forced into a change, and Kovacic has been pretty smart there. He stayed on the pitch, not refusing to go off. He's just waiting for Man City to get prepared that they can make a substitution. So Nico Gonzalez is going to come on for City. It is going to be, I presume, one of the attackers that's coming off. Pep Guardiola is furious. I think, is he furious with Kovacic? I don't know. It's going to be Kevin De Bruyne. We want to stand. I can't stand because the camera's not going to do it, so we'll applaud here. It's emotional, this. Emotional because we get a rendition of old Kevin De Bruyne. He gets his moment. The red card forces the change. It's an end of an era for Kevin De Bruyne. I can't work out if that's tears or sweat. He waves goodbye to the Manchester City faithful. What an outstanding player. He gets a big hug off Rodri, a big hug off Pep Guardiola as well. It's an end of an era. It's the last time that, guys, that we will see Kevin De Bruyne in a Manchester City shirt. As a ball comes in from Bournemouth and collected by Ederson. So I think Kovacic will say that's a red card worth taking. So Nico Gonzalez is on for Kevin De Bruyne. I think we're all a bit sad about that, to be honest. But don't think about what we're losing. Think about what we've had. And he's been an outstanding player. As Araujo's gone off and Adam Smith's come on for Bournemouth. So still some work for City to do. 20 minutes to go. We're 11 likes away from 150. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. As Ederson's been shown a yellow card. I'm not sure if it's for time wasting or... I'm not sure what he's been shown a yellow card for. Dissent or something. As the ball gets hooked across by Kerkez and whacked clear there by Akanji. But I think the offside flag has gone up. So City have got another 19 minutes. And I think the plan here for City will just be to try and coast out these next 19 minutes of this game. I'm not too happy with my positioning. Bear with me. Yeah. There we go. That's better. A comfortable position is a necessity during a live watch-along. Just saw a close-up there of Pep Guardiola. Why is his eyes so yellow? Is there a reason for that? Yeah, all around his pupils are yellow. Science ain't my strong point, so I don't know why that would be. I've never noticed that before. Red, I don't reckon they'll retire the number 17. I reckon they'll say, thank you very much, Kevin De Bruyne, for all your efforts. It's much appreciated. On you go, and there'll be another new number 17 at some point. Mullet reckons liver problems. I'm hoping that the man in charge at City is looking after himself. Thomas, I hate watching tomorrow. Well, do I have better things to do? I mean, I'm not exactly going to go as far to say I have better things to do. That's funny. The cross comes in there, and City can't get this clear. Because I'll be watching the final. I suppose I'll more than likely be watching it downstairs rather than streaming, as City look like they were going to get in and out. That's a nasty challenge. City want a red card this time. Crowding the referee. And there is a red card. It's Cook that's been sent off for Bournemouth. And 10 each. Yeah, the ref wants some drama. Let's have a look at this challenge. Who's gone down? Nico Gonzalez. I want the physios on Ruben Dias does. Lewis Cook sent off for Bournemouth. So there we go. Probably kills the game, that. Let's have a look at this one. Oh yeah, studs up. Red all day. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, that one. I think it's because this game's gone a bit stale and boring that they look to liven things up with crunching tackles and taking out last men to make sure that we don't concede. 10 apiece. There we go. And Iraola not happy about that, but he's lunged in. He misses the ball and his studs are up and it makes contact with the player. VAR won't overturn that one, so he's shown a red card. So 2 players on a red card for today's game. It means Cook won't be playing against, is it Leicester that Bournemouth have got final game? It does mean Kovacic can't play against Fulham away for Man City as well. So, yeah, as Mourinho says, 10v10. Going back, yeah, I'm not doing a live watch-along for the Europa League final tomorrow. I will have a watch of the game. I'm just going to chill out and take it easy and watch the game, I think. The thing is, I've done live watch-alongs with other teams and I struggle a little bit with it. Mainly because I just sit here going, he's passed it. He's moved it. And I prefer to just, I'm quite a lazy viewer of football when it's not Man City. I just sit there. I kind of listen to what's happening in the game rather than fully focusing and watching. I'll get tired around about 9:30. I'll start yawning. I'll be like, I'm disinterested in the game because whilst I want Tottenham to win, I'm a bit disinterested. I prefer to just casually watch the game, which is why I don't do live watch-alongs of other teams unless it's really important that, you know, like Man City win the title. If the other team wins the game, then I will. That's got a big importance, but a game that's just no relevance to City, I'm just not that interested, so I'll just casually watch it. I will be back with a live watch-along on Sunday, though, for the Fulham game. And then that'll be my live watch-alongs for the season. I've not had a chance to look at the schedule for the Club World Cup as to when the games are and stuff as to whether I'll be able to stream them or not. I'm not sure. I can't commit to that till I have a look at the schedule in June, but I won't look at my schedule in June until June. So all I've got penciled in on my June schedules is transfer update, followed by another transfer update. And then the next day, another transfer update, transfer update, transfer update, transfer update, and so on and so forth. I am thinking of doing my weekly series of the transfer show once more, though, so we can all tune in and speak about transfers if you guys are interested. Don't mind running them once more. Normally Friday, I go live every Friday. Chat all things transfers. Enjoyed doing it last summer. I had a brilliant live watch-along of the Ilkay Gundogan plane. That was a fantastic transfer show. I enjoyed that one. It was about 2.5 hours long, following from Barcelona to Manchester. I was introduced to Flight Radar 24's 3D version. That was fascinating. So City's first game, Club World Cup, on the 18th of June. Is that a Tuesday? I think I'm away then. So it'll be a hard no. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a Wednesday the 18th. Yeah, I'll go away that day. JSGC will be in Greece as an early celebration for my 30th birthday for a week. It's not stopping the daily transfer updates, by the way. They'll be coming from Greece. Won't be able to stream though. I won't have all my streaming stuff. I'll be able to give my thoughts though. I'll be able to preview and review the games. City want a free kick. Nothing given. Play on, says the referee. Semenyo's got the ball. This has been a very lacklustre naff second half. City haven't created or done anything in this second half. And do you know what? Bournemouth get a goal, I'll be furious. Because they've been so stale in this second half. No focus on trying to kill this game off. Just trying to control this game and see it out. There was an open first half. Suited City. They've got a couple of goals. Second half created nothing and it's just been a bit stale. Bournemouth have actually got to grips better in this second half. And that causes me a bit of concern ahead of the game against Fulham because they're a team that play quite similar to Bournemouth, as Kepa is pressed by Haaland and his clearance goes into the boot of Haaland and City win this ball back high up. Here is Bernardo Silva then to Nico Gonzalez into the penalty area, drives forward, he's got nowhere to go, can't get his ball across, will be cleared by Bournemouth. It's a second match on the 23rd. I think I'm still away then as well, so I won't be able to do that one either. So, apologies. Club World Cup's looking like a bit of a no-go for me. That wasn't part of the plan. Anyway, thank you very much, Mullet, for the £2 donation. It's going to be a free kick for City. Edge of the penalty area stuff. Says Haaland's pressurising has been class in this half. It's been, to be honest, it's been quite a professional job. Second half. It's been boring, yeah. Been quite a professional half from Man City, though. Not really found themselves creating or doing much, but they've limited Bournemouth to not doing much as well. And when you 2-0 up, it's about managing the game. And City have been a bit sceptical of managing games. So they've done a pretty good job. So yeah, thank you very much for the £2 donation, though, Mullet. Much appreciated. It says third match would be on the 26th. I might be back for that one. There we go. I might be back for that one. Seamus, thanks for tuning in. I agree. Hoping Fulham players will have their minds on their holidays. And if that is the case, then if we can score first, job done. Anyway, guys, don't forget, 7 likes to go to 150. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. And we've got Rodri stripping off, ready to make his return for Manchester City. Not coming on just yet, but he's ready to come on. Free kick, though, first for City. Marmoush is going to take. He's already scored a cracker. Can he get himself another? Marmoush, then. He takes, and it's over the top of the crossbar. Remains 2-0. So, Rodri, ready to make his return. He's worked hard to make his return. He's done so well to make his comeback before the end of the season. And here he is. Penultimate game of the season. Ready to make his return. He's going to get around 8 minutes plus whatever's to be added on here. Bournemouth looking to try and get forward. Cleared well by City. Marmoush doing the pressurising. Bournemouth still got hold of the ball. Remember, we've still got a job to do here. We're 2-0 up. It's a dangerous scoreline. It's a grandstand finish if Bournemouth get a goal. So we've got to be careful of that. So ball's gone out of play for a throw-in. Is this our opportunity to make the substitution? It certainly is. And it's going to be Erling Haaland that's going to come off for Manchester City. And it's going to be the return of Rodri. And it's a brilliant sight to see. The question is now, what does Rodri look like post, injury? But it's wonderful to see him back in the sky blue of Manchester City, and it's brilliant to see him back at the Etihad Stadium after such a serious injury back in September against Arsenal. It's been devastating to our season, and it's wonderful to see him back. Thank you very much, Mullet, for the £5 donation. Viva la Rodri! Most certainly. We want to see a Rodri rocket, don't we? All delighted to see Rodri back. Sola's come on for Bournemouth. Kerkez has come off along with Evan Ilson. And Daniel Jeberson's come on for Bournemouth as well. So Kerkez off for Sola and Evan Ilson off for Jeberson. Bournemouth got 7 minutes to try and make this a grandstand finish. There's some work for City to do. Ball gets floated across them to Sola now for Bournemouth. A lot of this game in the second half being played inside the Manchester City half, so it's just about Man City persevering and holding their defensive line. First initial press comes in from Rodri. City can't get hold of the ball. Here is Semenyo for Bournemouth. I'm waiting for the reception that Rodri gets when he touches the ball for the first time. Ballon d'Or winner, of course. Rodri. Outstanding. Ball gets floated in. Headed clear by Ruben Dias. Bernardo Silva pressing hard. Rodri gets a big reception. Boots the ball clear. Can't find a City player, but they do want a handball. Referee says no. Bournemouth now coming forward. Should be dispossessed, and Ruben Dias does a good job on that. Works the ball into space for Omar Marmoush to pick up the ball. 6 minutes remaining of this game. He's going to get dispossessed here, though, Omar Marmoush. And Bournemouth are going to come forward again. Mark says still the sideways, backwards pass him. It is. City have... It's Bournemouth that are coming forward. It's Bournemouth that's trying to score. It's Bournemouth that's trying to force the issue here. There's Man City just giving the ball away there from Akanji, that inviting pressure onto themselves. As I said, if City concede, I'll be furious. I will be furious about a game they've looked so comfortable and they've controlled to just dip in when they've just not needed to. It's made it a very pensive game. Still got 5 minutes to see out. Both sides with 10 men. Kovacic sent off for Manchester City and Cook sent off for AFC Bournemouth. Don't forget, guys, leave a thumbs up. We're now 7 likes away from 150. Subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. John says third place in the bag. Well, City looking comfortable for third place. If we can hang on here, it means as Bournemouth have got themselves a corner, so we do still have to hang on. But if Man City hang on here and we win against Fulham, we secure third place in the Premier League in what's been not a very good season. Finishing third isn't so much of a disaster. So a corner here for Bournemouth. Corner comes in. Headed clear by Ruben Dias. Further knocked on by Ilkay Gundogan. Rodri pulls out of a challenge there, sensibly as well. Alexandros, thanks for tuning in. Tuning in from Greece. I'll be in Greece in less than a month. Looking forward to it. Should be nice. Never been to Greece before, so a new country for me to tick off as well. Floated ball across from Bournemouth, where it's from left to right. Another chance for them to put something into the box. Tackle should come in from Ruben Dias there, and does. And City can get that one clear. Here is Omar Marmoush. He's past the keeper, but can't make a clean enough contact, and that goes out for Bournemouth's ball instead. This defending deep's doesn't suit City. And City get themselves a free kick. Tavernier goes for an effort on goal. Referee says, you're booting the ball away. You can go into the book. Yellow card, free kick, Man City. Keith says, Greece is great. Looking forward to it. Weather should be nice. Should be real good. And it's nice to see nobody's really left early. They're all here to do a farewell to Kevin De Bruyne. There'll be a speech and everything after the game, which is really good to see. They've got a concert on next to the Etihad Stadium as well today, so some might decide to go home early as City have an effort, and there's a third. It's Nico Gonzalez. Bournemouth committing players forward. There's space for City to work with, and it's Nico Gonzalez. I think it's his first goal for Manchester City as well. And Manchester City wrap things up with a 3-0 victory here at the Etihad Stadium. A huge 3 points for City as well in their quest to secure Champions League football for the 2025-2026 season. And Nico Gonzalez helping chipping in there with a well-timed goal that will wrap this game up for Manchester City. Good tidy finish that from Nico Gonzalez as well. An assist for Matheus Nunes. Takes on one, goes to the near post. Keeper's miles off his line. But it's poor positioning that from Kepa. It's in no man's land. It's a cool as you like finish that from Nico Gonzalez. I'm not too sure what the Kepa's positioning is there. And maybe Nico Gonzalez, as Mark says, is maybe just saying, why have I not featured more? Off the bench, has a goal. I like that. Mixage just messaged me. And he says, where was this at Wembley on Saturday? I agree. I think that Wembley match might just be the big shake-up, wake-up call that City have needed. Trophyless season, you've got work to do. Step up. And they've stepped up today. And a really convincing, cool performance. A well-controlled performance. A professional job under a high-pressure situation heading into the game. And I'm sure it's going to make everybody now just feel more relaxed and much better about things. Knowing that we need to go to London for 1 point to secure Champions League football. That's how close we are now to Champions League football. Don't lose to Fulham. We're in the Champions League due to the goal difference. Win against Fulham, and we're guaranteed to be finishing in third place in the Premier League. as well. Free kick given to Bournemouth. We're into the first of 6 minutes added on here. City are going to make a couple of changes. We're going to see Jeremy Doku coming on. But first, we're going to see Omar Marmoush come off. And we're going to see the return of Oscar Bobb, which is brilliant to see as well. Oscar Bobb getting the final 6 minutes here as well. We're going to see Jeremy Doku come on. And I think I saw Jack Grealish there ready to come on as well. So it's Omar Marmoush, scorer of the first goal. It's a stunning goal. If you've not watched the game, guys, after the game, find the highlights. Watch that goal from Omar Marmoush to open the scoring. Sensational finish. Absolutely sensational finish from Omar Marmoush. And Jack Grealish is going to come on. It's Ilkay Gundogan coming off. And we're going to see Jeremy Doku coming on as well. City looking for a bit of pace. Maybe looking for another goal here. It's the last thing you need. Bournemouth just gone 3-0 down. Want to go with a high line, and Jeremy Doku's coming off. Jeremy Doku's coming on as Jack Grealish comes on, and he has changed his hair. He is looking very Darwin Nunes. Is it a case of new hairstyle, new me, new club? Wildcats, thanks for tuning in from the Bronx in New York City. He says, tonight's game is more important than Saturday. It's an interesting take. Because to the club and to the business and making money, which is, of course, the fundamental part of a business, you're right. They'd regard winning the Champions League as more important. They'd regard winning the Club World Cup due to the prize money as more important than the FA Cup. They'd mark that as a great success if City won the Club World Cup. But as a proud football traditionalist like myself, the FA Cup for me is the most prestigious domestic cup competition in the world. And if you was to offer me of a trophy that we could win that isn't the Premier League or Champions League, the FA Cup would be my first choice trophy ahead of all the others. It's a great honour to win the FA Cup. It's a great honour to have your name scratched into the winners column of the FA Cup. So it's a really big deal. It's a big deal for Crystal Palace. Look what it meant to Crystal Palace. It's a big deal. I would prefer City to have won both games. But I just feel like in terms of like your memories, I feel like you remember more winning the big trophies. And in 10 years' time, if Man City had won on Saturday but lost today, and you asked me 10 years ago, do you remember that time Man City lost to Bournemouth and missed out on the Champions League? I'd say to you, kinda, maybe. But you used to say to me, do you remember that time when you won the trophy? It's like, yeah, I do. And we don't remember all the trophies. You remember that emotion that it makes you feel. And there's nothing quite like winning a massive trophy. After all, you want to win big trophies. you want to win trophies. This is really controversial. I could sit here and argue that the winner of tomorrow's Europa League final has had a more successful season than every other team in the Premier League other than Liverpool who've won the Premier League, because they've secured Champions League football and won a major trophy. Yeah, in the Premier League, one of them might win it, finish 17th. Doesn't really make sense, but here we are. I just think when you enter competitions, you want to win the competitions. And when you're in finals, you go with strong teams. You do your all to try and win it. And, we've been to 3 consecutive FA Cup finals, won the first one and lost the next 2. I want us to get to another FA Cup final next year. I want us to rectify it and win that. And I'm sure the players will as well. So, yeah. If we're all Spurs fans, yeah, definitely. That'd be funny. Does Ruben Amorim lose his job? I know he's only just taken charge, but United have severely declined under Ruben Amorim as far as I'm concerned. Oh, Bournemouth are in here. Daniel Jebbison's going to score. There you go. My score prediction, spot on, 3-1. I wanted the clean sheet. I didn't want to be right. It's squeezed in, and there's the both teams to score. I'll tell you what, people that have had bets and got both teams to score on there, they're delighted. I've got my score prediction. We just can't keep clean sheets. We just can't not concede. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, guys, don't forget, leave a thumbs up on the live stream. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. That's a way to end our season at home. One more game to go. As Rodri does well, keeping hold of the ball. He's got a through ball to play in. He doesn't. We're into 20 seconds over the 6 additional minutes. Here's Jackie G. And that will do. There we go. 3-1. Manchester City win this game. Pick up a big 3 points. Heading into the final game against Fulham. Permutations very easy here. Man City need a point to secure Champions League football. Because of the superior goal difference, it won't be overturned, that goal difference, in one game. A win for Man City will mathematically seal Champions League football and a third place finish as well. And things don't look as dramatic. It's gone from the importance of this win for City today. It's gone from do not lose today because we've won today. We're now in a do not lose situation on Sunday rather than a must win situation, which I think is crucial because all the other Champions League competing teams are in a must win situation. Man City are the only team chasing that haven't secured Champions League who don't have to win their game. They just have to not lose against Fulham. That will secure Champions League football for next season. So the players are going to do a lap of honour. They're going to do a celebration for Kevin De Bruyne. So if you're wondering why the Etihad is still so full and there's no not that many empty seats dotted around, it's because they're going to do a nice dedication to Kevin De Bruyne. In the meantime, I'm going to go out and do my match review, match reaction and match analysis of this game for you guys to enjoy, which will be up over the next hour, so do go and check that out if you so wish. Got plenty more City content coming up over the week as we build up to the Fulham game. We've got a transfer update up tomorrow for you guys to enjoy, so I will see you all for that, and do stay tuned for that match review out in the next hour. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. It is much appreciated. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on the live stream. 150 likes is the aim. Don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this after the game, or your full-time thoughts in the live chat whilst we're live for the next minute or so. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. And a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's live watch-along. So, to summarise today, Rodri returns. Man City pick up a massive 3 points. We got a player sent off. Bournemouth got a player sent off. But I feel like today and tonight very much belongs to the legend that is Kevin De Bruyne, bidding farewell to the Etihad Stadium. His final home game at the Etihad Stadium in the sky blue of Manchester City. He's got one more game to do for City against Fulham on Sunday, and that will be Kevin De Bruyne done and dusted at Manchester City, and it makes us emotional to think about that. So here we are. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you all on Sunday. Take it easy, guys. Thank you to everybody that's left a thumbs up today, interacted with me today. Thank you to everybody that's donated and become a member of my channel today. Much appreciated, guys. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next one. So I've been JSGC. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.